Hey guys, welcome back to yet another informative and fun video on weight loss, and this is the Holistic Collective. It is our constant effort at this channel to bring you correct information and tips on wellness related topics. So do subscribe to our channel and make sure you never miss out on all the good stuff, and please do check out our affiliate products in the description below. In today's video, we will be speaking about body recomposition. Yes, what does that mean? This is exactly what most of you must be thinking. Well, simply put, body recomposition is an approach to weight loss that emphasizes the importance of not only losing fat but gaining muscle at the same time. Now, there's a lot of misunderstanding, or let's say lack of information regarding weight loss. Most people believe that if you lose the unwanted fat and inches, your job is done, but that isn't correct. If you speak to any well-qualified nutrition or health experts about the most effective science-based strategies for losing body fat, they will emphasize on muscle gain too. Muscles are equally important because muscles enable us to be active and exercise. Our strength comes from our muscles and how much they are used. Now let's understand body recomposition in a slightly more elaborate manner. It basically refers to the amount of fat and fat-free mass which is your muscle, bone, and the water your body contains. While you are on your weight loss journey, it is important to understand body recomposition because analyzing body composition gives us a better understanding of health than other methods that speak only about weight and height or even BMI, meaning body mass index. When trying to lose weight, always remember that your body fat percentage in relation to your muscle mass better reflects your overall well-being. Hence, losing weight can not only be about how many kilos or how much body fat you have lost, which is why body recomposition focuses on better body composition rather than weight. A lot of health experts also would like us to know that body recomposition is a lifestyle and not just a one-time thing to do and forget about it. It is a constant process in which fitness and nutrition techniques are made, which lead to healthy changes in your body's ratio of fat to muscle. The term recomposition means to form something again or in a different way. Now let's dive into some more details on fat loss. Experts say that on a physiological level, fat loss is very well understood. In simple terms, fat loss comes from an energy deficit, which means consuming lesser calories than you need to maintain your ideal weight. However, you need to make sure that you only want to lose that weight from fat as far as possible and avoid losing weight from muscle. In order to help you do this, here are 5 factors that maximize fat loss while preventing muscle loss. Let us understand each of these 5 in order of their importance. The first factor is energy deficit. It means when the energy intake does not meet energy requirements, the deficit is accounted for by metabolism of stored energy in the form of body fat, protein, and glycogen. The second factor we need to understand is how do we know that what we lose on our weight loss program is actually fat? Now there's only one way to figure that, and that is to try to make the muscle to stay, and the way to do it is by progressive resistance exercise or PRT, which is nothing but certain type of exercises which help in gaining muscle. Now the next thing is making sure that the size of the deficit is appropriate for you as per your body type. So here are some basics you need to keep in mind. The weight loss should be about 0.5% to 1.5% of your body weight. But the higher end of 1.5% should be the target only if your body fat is quite high, else 0.5% is fine. The next thing you need to bear in mind is the type of workout. A lot of running would probably not be advisable. You need to make sure that the cardio exercises you do does not exceed more than half of your volume of resistance training. So the suggested workout would be doing a maximum of 30 minutes of low intensity cardio per day, and if you do any high intensity cardio, then that should not be more than 1 or 2 sessions per week. This kind of a workout is to be done only assuming you are trying to avoid muscle loss as much as possible. Now the other factor you need to consider is the type of food you consume. There are certain foods which simply work better than others when it comes to fat loss. A lot of people who support fat diets and do things just because it's fashionable to do these diets think that some foods are better for fat loss. On the contrary, these foods are worse for fat loss. Most of this confusion is sorted if you just focus on your macros. For those who don't know what macros are, then simply put, they are the major food groups, namely protein, carbohydrates, and fat. The suggested range of macro ratio for weight loss is 10 to 30% of carbs, 40 to 50% of protein, and 30 to 40% of fat. However, there is some research that mentions highly processed foods have lower TEF. TEF means the thermic effect of food, which is the increase in metabolic rate after ingestion of a meal. Now, what you need to also consider is whether or not you want to make your fat loss process easier to follow and less likely to rebound, or do you just care about losing weight temporarily? I am guessing the answer is not just temporary, but you would like the weight loss to stay lost. So, for that, you need to be aware of what foods you consume and the type of workout. Remember, balance is the key. And also remember to include lots of fruits and vegetables in your diet along with lean proteins and a carb source. Apart from just basic fat loss, a lot of you who have been dealing with obesity and being overweight may be curious about stubborn fat. I'm sure everyone wonders if there are any tricks for losing that last bit of fat of body parts that seem to be super loyal to you and refuse to leave. Well, in such cases, there's two things. First being, generally the more developed muscle group will look leaner, because if you have a given amount of fat in a particular area, like for example, if you have more fat in your shoulders and if you build more muscle in your shoulders, then that same amount of body fat will spread across the larger area, so you will look leaner. This also is one main reason why more muscular people tend to look leaner in general. But let's say you have tried several things to lose that stubborn body fat and there hasn't been much of a difference, then you may want to consider factors like genetics and gender. But yes, don't give up on your diet and workout just because you think, oh, now it's my genetics and gender. Please continue with the right things you are doing, and one day you will reach the desired goal and have the body you dreamed of. Remember, this process has to be good for your mind too. It cannot be a traumatic process of weight loss where your mind is affected. One day at a time, but do it right. Now let's say you have figured your weight loss, fat loss and muscle retention or muscle gain goal and have a plan on paper with numbers and deadlines, etc. Then along with your meal and workout plan, remember to always consider your eating behavior and lifestyle. You need to come up with a plan which would actually be feasible for you to consistently execute day after day. One big mistake people make is that they get super excited in the beginning about their weight loss plans. They rely too much on motivation. We always underestimate how difficult the journey will actually be, and then after a weekend or two, most people quit, and some also jump on to the next cool thing or the next thing that is trending. It's like having the shiny object syndrome. Well, no matter which diet or workout plan you pick, everything requires consistency. Hence, we at the Holistic Collective emphasize on the importance of creating repeatable habits. It is difficult for you to maintain a diet because you are tempted to eat what is wrong for you, and then you make smart changes. Get rid of what's not right for you. Load your kitchen with only what's good for you. If you order food from out, then stick to ordering from places that focus on healthy meals. If you spend a lot of time at work and feel the need to snack at work, then keep healthy snacks at work. Try this tip so that you don't need to be so reliant on self-control for every decision about food. Studies show that people gain back all the weight they lost only because once they lost the desired weight, they stop and get back to their old lifestyle. We will not do that, right? And yes, there might be some vitamins or minerals that you may get less when you start reducing your food intake. So you might want to consider taking a multivitamin or even a vitamin D supplement. But check on those levels or with your doctor before you take any additional supplements. Now, there's a type of supplements which a lot of people turn to during weight loss and sometimes go for it without having a reasonably good understanding of them. These are not dietary supplements, but these are supplements which claim to help you lose weight faster. They are known as fat burners. There's a whole lot of fat burners available in the market. Now, these different type of fat burners look good in theory, but whether or not any of them are actually worth using is something no one can promise. Fat burners are meant to enhance fat oxidation. We strongly advise you to consult a health and nutrition expert if you do plan to consume any fat burners while on your weight loss program, since some of them can have side effects. So remember to consider all the factors we spoke about body recomposition, and we hope it helps you in your weight loss journey, along with choosing what suits you best, whether your main goal is to lose fat, build muscle, or do both equally at the same time. Remember what we at the Holistic Collective always tell you: never forget to smile.